Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you had a good week's trading. I'm recording this on Friday night, the 1st of March, and just thought I'd go through Bullseye Trades review. Couple of things to mention though, because it's been such an exciting time recently, and the next few weeks look really exciting as well, from a market point of view, but also from the point of view of what services I've been joining and reviewing and people I've been talking to. So it's really cool. So there's lots going on. So this might be a slightly longer video than is usual for my weekly Jeff Bishop's Bullseye Trade review, but I think it's worth listening to. I'm going to talk about a little bit about Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader for you guys that have been asking about that, and thetatraders.com for people that have been asking about that. And then we're going to go through the actual Bullseye trade, which was just an amazing, amazing trade this week. Like, just off the charts amazing. You guys that got in it just made bank. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't chase it at all and missed out on it by a few cents. But the people that got in on it, wow, it was amazing. So I'm going to show you the chart, break that down, talk about that in just a few minutes. But first, I wanted to talk very briefly about Nate Bear. So for you guys that don't know who Nate Bear is, he is rapidly becoming my go-to guy for a weekly trade. This is an article. You'll find the link in the description below. Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader is one main trade a week, plus a couple of bonus extra trades, so it's really 3 trades a week. But it's really marketed as a profit surge after earnings for a particular ticker, and you trade that every week. So every Monday at noon, he does a live stream. It's phenomenal. People love it. The feedback in the Facebook group is just phenomenal. If I go to my Facebook group right here, you just don't see ratings like this that you'll see in 1 second. You just don't see this for many trading services. The top 2 that I'm talking about at the moment, before we get into the Bullseye trade stuff, you can see here there's 50 comments, there is 36 likes. So yes, Nate Bear was and has been a profitable service for these guys. The 2% is actually a glitch. It's a guy who clicked on it too because he didn't know what he was doing. So you can read the comments, come and join the Facebook page. I'll put a link in the description below. You'll find all sorts of polls on this stuff. You'll find people just talking about how great the service is for Nate Bear. So if you like options trading like Bullseye, you'll really love Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader. It has a 365-day guarantee, money back, no questions asked, which is unheard of in the industry. Nate's a great guy. I did an interview with him recently. If you go to the article that I have written all about this, you'll find basically down here somewhere, you'll find, it's huge, you'll find the interview that I actually did with him live. And the fact that he does live interviews is a good sign because it shows they really have nothing to hide, because they can just, there's not scripted in any sort of way, so it's pretty cool. And so he recently had a huge, huge win on AMD. Wow, it was crazy. So I'm keeping a diary the same way that I do with the Bullseye trades, keeping a diary of all his trades and videos and order forms and snapshots from his from his his interface, from inside behind the paywall, so you guys can see that this is like the real deal with all the charts and everything. This to me is better than Bullseye trades by quite a lot. So if you like Bullseye trades, you're gonna love Nate Bear's trades. I love them. I prefer them. They're easier to get into. They make a little bit more sense to me in this market at least, and I've really been enjoying doing it. AMD was one he just recently called down here, actually here, at the end of February. And just look at this thing. Boom, it just rocketed like all the way up. People were making hundreds of percent on these options. Even people that, just made a little bit on the gap up, still decent money. So he really called this with his squeeze pattern. He has this really nice TPS strategy that you guys can look into. It's on the article that I'll link in the description below. So AMD was his pick this last week, and it was amazing. And so everybody's really excited about it. They're like, okay, now like after this, I really trust Nate Bear, like people are saying. So it's really cool. So definitely check it out. It's the real deal. The guy turned 37k into 2.7 million in 4 years, fully verified with tax records by multiple companies, which is really cool, because when you hire somebody to do these things, you have to actually verify their track records, right? You can't just, otherwise you're liable for all sorts of nasty stuff. So that's the first one I wanted to talk about. If you love Bullseye trades, which is awesome at times, it's had a hard time recently, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader is definitely for you. Theta Traders is for a slightly different crowd. I help Lance run Theta Traders, and this is a phenomenal program. You'll love it. I'll leave a link in the description below. If you have plenty of spare capital that you want to put to good use, can't recommend this highly enough. You're selling futures options for passive income, and it really does compound pretty quickly. We have different tiers. You can go and browse this at your own leisure. Check things out. We don't have any free trials anymore. We basically have different tiers of membership depending on what you get. We do payment plans because people sometimes want to spread out the cost, which is understandable. Even if they can afford it, sometimes it's just better to spread it out psychologically, right? so people do that. We do ask that you actually abide by the law and pay the payment plans. But apart from that, we're very flexible. So reach out to Lance or myself about this if you're interested in selling futures options or selling 0DTE SPX alerts, 3-month SPY alerts, or just some put credit spread alerts. These are all fantastic. These guys are up like 45% this year. I have my account, I don't have open at the moment, but I'll do a different video about that as well, how much I've been making on these, which is really cool. Anyway, those are my two sort of initial suggestions if you're looking for something like Bullseye, but in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, this is much better. I would check it out. You get 3 trades. They're super solid. Often you'll get in at a cheaper price. Nate really knows his stuff. He does a live stream 12 noon every Monday Eastern time, and then Theta Traders, you can then put your newly found wealth into selling options for premium, lower return, but almost not like no risk, but very low risk. So this is kind of what I'm suggesting at the moment. So I just wanted to put that out there because these are 2 of the top services that I'm seeing results with and what other people are seeing results with as well. So all those links will be in the description below. All you have to do is go down, check it below, and also pinned in the comments as well. You'll see these links. Bullseye Trades Review for you guys that have been following the channel. This is what I wanted to talk about primarily today. And basically this is also in the description below. There'll be a lot of links. And so this one is one where I basically followed the 1 trade a week from Jeff Bishop. So I've known Bishop for a long time. He's a good guy. I've followed every trade since like 2022. Like we go all the way down here somewhere. Let's see where we're at. All the way down to, wow. I used to post the videos like every week, but now I just post like the basics. So yeah, from 2022, it's now the 3rd of March or the 1st of March 2024, so a long time, and put the rough trades, well, the exact trades, but also like roughly what people did and things in there. It's hard because everybody's different how they trade these things. So you'll find like what I consider to be a full track record inside this particular review, which I think is a good thing. It's not set in stone though, so take it with a pinch of salt. You can see I've started to fall behind a little bit, probably a month behind now. And you can find these videos like the one I'm doing right now on my YouTube channel as well. So make sure you subscribe to this because you'll get notified every time I do a Bullseye Trades review. Anyway, so there's no point in having to go to the article each time. So yeah, let's get into the details. It's been a few minutes already. Let's look at what Jeff Bishop pulled out of the hat this week. So it was pretty fantastic. Basically, this is the email that came out. This is inside the Raging Bull dashboard. I have access to all of their services. And Jeff Bishop basically sent out this email on Monday, February 26, 2024. And so the emails are often a little bit hard to read sometimes. They're a bit full of ads and things. Often they'll boast about like what happened on the previous week. So he's saying like, let's start off looking at the last couple of Bullseye ideas. The last 2 weeks. Alpha was a trade I wanted to get into 2 weeks ago. There wasn't a good spot for me, and then I missed the ideal entry. So this has been the trend recently. And again, really, for this last week, it was also kind of the trend, although it was a bit closer, but like it was still like really difficult to get what he predicted to be a good entry price. So he likes to get a low price. And the problem is, it's in this market, we've been such a strong bullish market, that it's very hard to get a good price for these trades. they often just take off straight away, and it frustrates subscribers, and people just kind of turn off, which is what I see has been happening. But you can see if you do chase a little bit in the strong market, ELF was an amazing trade. It rallied to around $15 on the signal. Congrats to anyone that took that one. Then CELH was last week, so that was let's see what happened with CELH. Not sure. Anyway, I think I talked about that in my last video. I've forgotten what happened with it. It probably took off and barely anybody got in. That's the usual. Oh, actually, it was one that went sideways. Anyway, this is the part that matters for this previous week. So this was this week's pick of the week. So like Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader, Bullseye Trades also does just one single trade on a Monday. So he alerts pre-market, and so it's a pre-market call or put on a particular ticker. And the idea is that you can follow his simple trade plan, which is shown down here, right here in yellow. So this is Bullseye Trades. Nate Bear's is a little bit more complex, but better in my opinion. But you can read my article on that to learn more about why I prefer it over that. Basically, I'm able to get into Nate Bear's positions at a lower cost than he is. But with Jeff, I'm having a really hard time even getting in the positions before they take off, because they're two different strategies completely. One is based on TPS, which is trend, pattern, squeeze, and one is based on Keltner channels and mean reversion and this kind of stuff. So that's Bullseye Trades, by the way. So this is what he had to say, and it was very brief. You get a live session as well, which definitely helps. But I think you have to pay a little bit extra for that. But basically he said, I plan today to open a starting position with the calls I detail below, hopefully somewhere near my target price. This will be a half-size position for me, as I want to save room to add to this around 164 if coin decides to trade there over the next few days. So you can see he's worried about a dip. And so that he's thinking, well, I'll just get in as soon as I can, kind of thing, take half position, and then there'll be a dip and I'll add to it. The problem is every single time he does this, it just goes straight up, and he doesn't get in, and subscribers often don't get in either. So it's been irritating me a bit. I've kind of switched off a little bit from Bullseye Trades, which is a shame because it's been one of my go-to services for several years now. But this is just too hard for me to psychologically chase these. Some people love it. Some people just jump in and before they know it, they've tripled their money. It's fantastic. But he's saying if I'm wrong and this trade doesn't work out, I'm going to keep a very tight stop. That's good, right? And use a closing price under 162. Again, closing prices for Bullseye Trades are always when they close under the number, not if they just dip below it intraday. And that's similar for people like Nate Bear as well. If you're swing trading for a week or 3 days or 2 weeks, often it's usually a close below a particular level of resistance or support even that you would consider, rather than just a quick dip below it, because you often get stopped out prematurely that way. So anyway, he wrote, if things go my way, I think coin could rally to over 180 soon, or somewhere around 182 makes sense as the first target, and 195 is target 2, and this is his plan. This is all good. This all comes out pre-market for you guys that haven't tried this before. If you want to try it, I'll leave a link to my article in the description below. Like I said, there's plenty of links to sign up for the cheapest price in that article as well. And you can get it for like $97 a year, which is crazy. So yeah. So that was the alert basically. Let's see what actually happened in real life. So if we go to my trading view right here, this was Nate Bear's AMD that you just saw on the screen. That was amazing. People were just like, okay, in Nate we trust, I saw somebody say. So let's look at coin. Let's set it to 5 days. Let's see if we make this properly done, like here. This is coin. 5 days. Just squeeze this up a little bit. Alright, so you see this where my cursor is right here. This is Monday the 26th of February. This is where the alert came out. This is a 5-minute chart. So within minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, this thing was just ramping up. And we're talking 168. I know it's hard to see these screens sometimes on YouTube. But we're talking like it opened up at 168 and gapped up on Tuesday to over 210. So huge move. If you had the guts to pull the trigger right at the open, you would have made a lot of money, triple, quadruple, or more your money. Like, significant move. That is huge. So this is a huge winner. The only problem being the entry was missed by just a few cents. So if you zoom in here like this, you start to see it a little bit more clearly of the initial move. The initial entry was 580. So the problem was, if you just said $6 or $6.50, people would have gotten into this, because if you look at the comments here, basically Jeff says this was just a wild day. Options opened around 620 and have doubled in the first hour. See this? So basically, coin here, they opened at 620. So that's only 50 cents more than what he had as his initial buy target. The problem is that's considered chasing, because you don't know it's going to make this huge move. And from the open to an hour later, so here, they doubled. So they quadrupled by about here, which is absolutely amazing. So unfortunately, a lot of people won't have done that. If you look at the comments, often a good place to look. And basically, one guy said I did very well. Thank you very much. Hope someone got lucky in and out of coin. I didn't see it until it was above 11. So he didn't see it until it was above 11. But the price that people were looking for was like 580. So this is the key problem in a strong bull market. Bullseye trades is difficult because you're looking for a pullback to get in at a decent price. It's just Jeff's strategy, and then it takes off. That's the idea. That's why I'm preferring Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader, because it doesn't rely on this type of momentum. It's not inhibited by this type of momentum, because in all, like, you can point at this and go, wow, Jeff Bishop's amazing. He called this huge run, and he did. It was fantastic. The problem is it was too good, and I've said this a few times. Bullseye Trades is too good at the moment, and that's what's sort of switching me over to Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader instead. So I hope that's useful. I hope it kind of makes you understand kind of what's going on with Bullseye Trades. Like I said, Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader. You can go to the Facebook page. I'll leave a link in the description below. You can buy it here. There's a money back guarantee, which is very, very unusual. And it's only $179 for the year, which is really cheap, given how good it is. And if you look through the comments, you'll find like people haven't had a losing trade. It just goes on and on. Really, really good. It's definitely my service of the year if you're looking to buy options. So definitely check that out. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of coin and what happened with Bullseye Trades by Jeff Bishop. At the moment, it's hard to recommend it as a service that is worth your time. However, it's only $97. So if you have $97 to spare and you want to get some of the, just like a single really, really strong momentum trade every Monday, you might want to splurge on that. If you do, it'll be easy place to buy is in my review. I think usually up the top, you can click on like this ad thing, or there'll be a link up the top here somewhere that says like basically where to buy Bullseye Trades. Check it out here, sort of thing. So yeah, so check it out, and hopefully I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a good weekend, and let's get some rest and attack the market again next week. All right, cheers.